we tried to tell y'all, we tried to warn y'all that this was coming. It's not about how much Bible chapter and verse you know. It's about how much Bible you willing to obey.
Preacher Boy Inc.
Boston Police Department tried to set the record straight about some of the egregious details of an investigation in, a South Boston apartment that involved one person dying and resulted in 4 children being placed in DCF, the Department of Children's Services and Family Services, earlier this week. The incident in question occurred inside of a unit at the Mary Ellen McCormick complex Saturday night. The original reports indicate that the children, all under the age of 10, were found in the apartment with sex toys, drugs, alcohol, and guess what? 6 cross-dressing men. Yeah, transgender.
First responders were called here to these apartments on Saturday for an apparent cardiac arrest. When they got here, they discovered someone had died and also found that several people were hiding children in a back room. Tonight, 4 children less than 10 years old are in DCF custody after authorities and public officials say they were found in an apartment with 6 cross-dressing men, sex toys, drugs, and alcohol. Firefighters discovered them after one of those adults died at the apartment.
It was obviously sickening, to hear from those that were there at the scene describing what they saw and the actions of the adults that were in the room.
City Councilor at Large Michael Flaherty says he spoke with the firefighters who responded to the Mary Ellen McCormick apartments and filed paperwork to make sure the state intervened with the children. According to their incident report, the apartment was in extreme unsanitary conditions. All adult parties were being uncooperative and denied having children in the apartment.
Drugs, alcohol, drug paraphernalia, sex toys, etc. And so they were concerned. They had reached out to me just to make sure that it didn't get swept under the rug.
The governor says DCF is now involved in investigating.
Just heartbreaking, terrible situation. DCF has taken those children into its care and custody right now.
City leaders do
now. The incident reported, that was filed by the fire department states that the kids were discovered by first responders after one of the adults in the apartment was found dead. Several adults in the apartment were also accused of hiding those children in a back room. Now, according to the fire department incident report, the apartment was extremely unsanitary. It was in extremely unsanitary conditions, and all the adults in the apartment were uncooperative, and they denied having children inside the apartment. So, what was they hiding? But there's a plot to this story. Y'all stay with me. Now, the crazy thing is, when you read the article, right? They say that those children parents was there as well. So let me get this straight. You're going to say that those parents brought their kids to a sex party? Like, what were they doing? Was they prostituting the kids? Was the kids involved? Like, we got questions that apparently ain't nobody trying to answer. A lot of people asking these questions, but that's not the only part that had me scratching my head. Like, I was also confused by the fire department saying that the conditions were unsanitary, and the kids were at risk in there, and the police department saying that things was normal. Now, BPD, I got a question. What's normal about 6 cross-dressing men with 4 kids in the house, in their apartment, under the age of 10, and you got this drugs, sex toys, and God knows what else. And then what's normal about that? BPD, we got questions. Now, the reporting is saying that, the police department said they didn't find, none of that stuff. The police department said everything was cool. In fact, this is what the police department said. Information that drugs and other concerning materials were shown about in the home is not supported by the officer's encounter or by the information received on scene. Now, y'all see that right there in the article. The department, said that those officers didn't see anything. Now, the fire department and the police department got 2 different stories going on. We need to get down to the bottom of this, which is going to make it difficult for anybody to draw to any type of conclusion, because if the fire department is saying one thing and the police department is saying the other, whose story is right? Whose story is right? Man, I don't know. I'm going to keep an eye on this story for y'all. So y'all stay posted. Make sure you like, subscribe, and you know what I mean? And get down in the comments, man. Y'all already know it's your boy Reese Johnson, and I'll holler at y'all on the flip. It's not about how much Bible chapter and verse you know. It's about how much Bible you willing to obey.
Pre-preach.